In the NFL, we got a few trades. We got a few trades. I'll tell you about it. And we got some politics too. We got some interesting things happening in the politics world. We got we got a new press secretary. I'll tell you about that. And we also got this is actually pretty amusing and amazing. We got a we got a situation in Pennsylvania today. Tonight is the elections, the primaries for Pennsylvania for the Republicans. So we got a situation here, a pretty close one and controversial one, with involving the three people ahead, which are Dr. Oz, Dave McCormick, and Kathy Burnett. So I'll tell you about that too a little bit. But yeah, uh, let's get into the sports because what has been dominating the headlines really has been the NBA playoffs, honestly. Um, we saw some awesome game sevens this past weekend, and maybe not that much. Maybe it was not that much about um, the game itself, but it was about the narrative because the Celtics um, and the Bucks series and the Maps and Suns series both had like very interesting narratives across the series, you know. So you could see how things developed in the first couple of games, and then when you go to game four, five, and when you go to game seven, both of these series went to game seven. Um, some ups and some downs, you know. If you followed it as I did, it was something to see, you know. It was something to see. It was interesting. I'm not going to get into it, but the Celtics with Jason Tatum and stuff in Game Seven, they overwhelmed the Bucks and Giannis. He didn't have much help. Giannis didn't. Well, if he had had some more help, they probably could have won the series maybe. But I mean, it was what it was. You know, Giannis played good, um, but the Celtics played better in the end. Then the Mavericks and the Suns. That was the controversy here with Luca being a little some people are saying that he's like taunting and laughing at the enemy team or at the opposite team, uh, and people are talking about his greatness and his awareness on the court, awareness for what he has to do in regards to scoring, in regards to passing. He knows how to get things done. He has that sense, you know. So that's good. And then Chris Paul and Devin Booker totally came short. They absolutely. I was going to say something that I'll say it I'll say it in another way better. Okay. Um, yeah, they didn't play that well. They had an underwhelming performance, and especially in Game Seven, like they blew them off completely. You know, the Mavericks won by 30 or 35. You know, so it was a lackluster performance by both Chris Paul and Devin Booker. So now the Celtics are. This is probably the episode, by the way, in which I'm going to talk the most about basketball in the year because you know I usually don't like talking about it too much. But now, since it's the occasion, you know, we gotta do our due diligence to the sport, especially in these times because as I was going to tell you as well, like what is going on right now in the sports world is the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs. So it's an interesting time right now, you know. Uh, Probably not the most. It's not my sports that I'm most familiar with. You know, I like football season. That's basically I like football season. You know, and then basketball and baseball. Like yes. Well, anyway, I like them too, but not as much. Not nearly, like not nearly even nearly as much. Anyway, um, so yeah, the Celtics are going to play the Heat in the finals of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight. Actually, they're playing tonight. I'm probably gonna watch them. They're playing in like 4 or 5 hours, I think. So I'm probably gonna be watching that. We also got the Pennsylvania race tonight. It's a lot of things going on. Uh, so I'm probably gonna be watching that too. Yes, keeping an close look on those things. Um, so yeah, the Celtics, this young upcoming team that has been cooking for 3, 4 years now, with these young superstars, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jalen Brown. They got Al Harford, Hofford, Hoff, Harford, Harford, too, an all consistent, tough guy, and so it's a good team. They're trying to create something. They're trying to advance past the. They're trying to get some titles. That's what I'm trying to say. And then the Heat with Jimmy Butler. It's going to be a great series, honestly. The Heat is an underrated team, but everyone knows, I think most people know, that they can achieve things. So, interesting series games tonight. Then Dallas Mavericks versus Golden State. That game is tomorrow night. Great series still. We're going to see hand to hand between the Golden State squad with Steph Curry, with Klay Thompson, with Jordan Poole, and against Luka. So I'm sure there's going to be some moments that are going to resonate from this series with people. We're probably going to see some interesting stuff. So yeah, that is what's going on in the NBA. That's basically like that's the important thing. Right now, if you're watching sports, that's what's going on. Also hockey. If you're like a hockey guy, you're watching the hockey. Um, First round just ended. Now we're out to the second round. I don't follow it too close, but something that caught my attention was that apparently two Calgary teams. I don't even know where that is, but apparently Calgary is somewhere in the Canada, so that's pretty good. It's a region, so Calgary, two teams from there. That's what caught my attention, and then like a lot of teams lost, like the Boston Bruins lost, Pittsburgh lost, Dallas lost. So it's a lot of Canadian teams and stuff now. Um, but yeah, something I wanted to note is that recently, like things have been getting more interesting, things have been getting more real. Both in the sports world and the politics, because um, I mean, when I see things that are happening now, I mean, some things are really bad, some things are normal, some things might be good. We're starting to get just a little bit of good news, better news. So both in the sports world and in the politics world, honestly, I'm seeing more things that I think could be consequential in the near future, and in the medium and long term future. They could be consequential and have a positive impact in the near future. So that's something to see. I'll be telling you those things because honestly, I like um, advancing the narrative about what's going on and how things are changing in the world, and how vibes feel. I like highlighting how things are feeling in a certain period, certain, whatever that might be. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to say that things are feeling better. Just the overall feeling. Sports are bringing some life into some people, that are passionate about it, and the politics, some things are changing for the better. Finally, we're starting to see some stuff, you know. So yeah, um, in the NFL, we have seen a few trades. We have seen not trades, my bad. We have seen a few signings. Jair Alexander signs cornerback for the Packers. Signs an $83 million deal for 4 years, 31 million guaranteed. I mean, of course, in the first year, you know, pretty big deal here. The Packers get what they think is a lockdown number one corner, which I'm sure he is, if they think so. You know, I think their judgment is probably they've seen it, they tested it, you know, they like it. So great for them. And Jarvis Landry is signing with the New Orleans Saints. Um, veteran wide receiver, 3 million. He is going to have a chance to prove himself, and he's back in New Orleans. You know, with LSU. He's an LSU alum, so, and reunited with their people, with his people. You know, so that's good. Um, my mouth is getting a little, you know, it's getting a little. I need some water, but it's okay. We're almost done here. So yeah, now just in the politics world, I just wanted to tell you about two things that caught my eye really that are um, I think are relevant and I think are a bit consequential, and it feels more real. You know, it feels like you can grab it a little more than before, than things that were happening before, like things that really just have absolutely no meaning at all. They have no importance. These things, and they might have some, and not just these things, but like things that you can feel that are coming in the coming weeks. You know. Anyway, so I'm just going to tell you this change in press secretary that we've seen happened yesterday. Today's Tuesday. Monday, yesterday, first day of the week. It was first day of the new press secretary. Jen Psaki retired. She's going to be a pundit now. Corinne Jean-Pierre, she's the new press secretary for the administration. So I mean that's something interesting, at least, you know, something to watch, to keep an eye on, because I think that Jen Psaki, as unlikable as some people saw her as, myself included, but I think that she got them out of a lot of trouble, that just by sheer bullying, you know, and just the way that she was answering the questions to the people with such honestly bad manners. And now we're going to see a different style, I think, in this new press secretary, and maybe people can hammer her a little more, you know, on the problems that the American people are going through. So maybe some things are going to change here in the perception of the public towards how they see things, and maybe some good questions can be asked here, you know. So we already got some good ones yesterday. So as we advance, I'll tell you what's up with this. I'm interested in this, honestly. And also tonight, I'm going to be watching this. It's the Pennsylvania primaries, Republican 2022 primaries, for, you know, later this year be running in the generals for Pennsylvania, you know, when the midterms come. So we just got a very interesting situation in this one. We got Dr. Oz, we got Dave McCormick, and Kathy Burnett. These are the three people that are that have a chance. The other ones, there's some more people, you know, a lot of undecided people too, but the other people don't really have a chance this late in the race. We got Dr. Oz endorsed by our guy, you know, by the pressy. So yeah, we got him, but he has some problems. Some people are just complaining about some of this stuff, that some of his past comments, past things that are resurfacing. But honestly, I mean, yeah, there's some issues there. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't have an opinion on this election. I just want to tell you what's going on. Uh, because all the candidates have their flaws, you know. So there's something wrong with all of them. So you just have to choose maybe the one with the last flaws and someone. What people were focused on too was someone that can win the general against the Democrat candidate. You know, so that's going to be important. Casey Burnett, people are don't vote for her. I mean, that's what I was. That's what I would tell you. You know, don't vote for her. She has some like very, very, very controversial um, and really and not unoptical comments, tweets, and remarks from her past. I don't see her. People don't see her as someone that can go the distance in this race. You know, and then we got Dr. Oz and Dave McCormick. Honestly, pick your poison, maybe. But yeah, you should probably vote for one of those. But people are questioning the commitment of Dr. Oz to core conservative values and how strong he's going to be in upholding what people that vote for him want him to do. Is he going to stand up for the values that the people want or not when push comes to shove, you know? So that's the important thing here. So we're going to be watching that, and that is all I wanted to talk about today. So we're going to be keeping an eye on multiple things as we've gone through now. And these coming days, tomorrow, some of these things materializing in a couple of days, this week, later this week. So we get a lot of stuff that we are going to be following. Things happening, and I'll tell you. Also, I want to talk about this. I'll tell you more stuff, yes, unrelated to what's going on right now. I'll tell you some of the things that I'm feeling, some of the things that I think about, you know, like the world and life and stuff. You know, maybe I'll introduce to you some of those things later in some of these videos coming up. But this has been it for today, and I'm going to get to. I'm probably going to go eat some stuff and take a walk or some shit, and then going to watch NBA and go to bed. So thank you for watching, and don't subscribe, don't like the video, man, at all. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. You know how everyone says those things. You know, all these YouTube people. I don't give a fuck, man. Do whatever you want, honestly. So I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Thank you for watching, and take care. Bye.